I'm just setting up the computer as per usual. If it wants to play, of which it doesn't seem to want to do at the moment. There we go. Hello there, Angie. Hello there, Sandy. Big Mama. Hello there, Big Mama. Hi there, Tracy. So thrilled, Tracy. You're like a celebrity in my house. Do you want to say it, Tracy, or should I? Hi there, Annie. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Dee. Hi, Nikki. Just so as you all know, Tracy Fox, the one with the spanner next to her name, she is the moderator of chat. She is also one of the moderators on my Facebook group. And she is not the Tracy Fox that you're thinking of. This is a totally different Tracy Fox, because if you notice, it's a different spelling. So if you think it's the celebrity Tracy Fox, it's not. It's a different celebrity. You're our celebrity, aren't you, Tracy? This is Tracy from Doncaster. So, yeah, don't get confused between the two. They're different spellings. And I doubt very much whether the other Tracy would be on here being a moderator on my chat. So, hello there, everyone. I did a poll on my YouTube community page about whether people liked. You're not the boring one at all, Tracy. I did a poll on whether people liked lives or recorded, and the majority went for recorded, which is a shame, really, in some ways, because a lot of them were saying that they didn't have the time to sit and watch the lives, and I don't think that they kind of took into the consideration that you can watch a replay of a live, so you don't actually have to watch the live video. You can watch a replay of it, and then all the bits that they didn't like this bit, the saying hello to everybody, they can kind of skip. You know, they can scroll past that bit. Lives are also quite good for having on as background noise as well, and you know, something interesting comes along, then you can actually just pause and take a watch of what's going on. Oh, don't be embarrassed, Sandy. It happens all the time. Tracy gets it all the time. So please don't feel embarrassed about it. So yeah, it was quite interesting reading the reasoning behind why people preferred the recorded. In actual fact, for me personally, it is quicker and easier to do a live video, but obviously you don't get through quite as much, because with the recorded ones, obviously you then end up having to edit out all the bits that they maybe don't want to watch, which is the inking up and the gluing and stuff. So so yeah, I found it quite interesting. I think that there's fors and againsts in both. The other thing as well for me is I can only do a 30-minute recorded video once it's been condensed. I can only do a 30-minute video, otherwise then my phone won't let it transfer across to the computer to upload it to YouTube. So, and at least this way as well with the lives is I get to have a chat with everyone, and they can actually ask me if I'm in the middle of doing something to maybe clarify it a little bit more, explain it a little bit better maybe. So yeah, a lot of them didn't like the chat where you're doing all the hellos, so hello everyone. And they didn't like the way in which you can get distracted from doing what you were actually doing. I hope I don't actually do that too often, because I tend to find that when I get stuck into doing what I want to do in the live video, I tend to forget to look at the chat because it's on my computer over there. so it's kind of out of my way a little bit. I have to actually physically stop and have a look at the chat, to be able to be aware of what's actually going on. So, what do you mean you found me at last, Mrs. Disflop? You know where we are. You do you, I'll watch. I like that, Dee. Thank you. Oh, hang on, I've got some muck on my glasses. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I've just put my finger on the glasses. I've got my fingerprint on there now. There we go. These are about to break. I can feel the arms really loose on the side. Julie, don't ask. Only I could get lost on a bleeping computer. Oh dear. Well, I'll be doing a bit of mix and matching with regards to lives and recorded. So yeah. What's that say? I just love having you all in and having fun together. Been waiting for 7 hours. That's a little bit desperate, Sunday. Just have a swig of my tea. Now, I have to tell you, this is not going to be a very long live. I have a little bit of a dicky tummy, which came on about an hour ago. So, I'm on the delicate side, and I don't know why, but anyway, COVID makes one desperate. But there were a couple of things that I wanted to go through. Hello there, Joey. There were a couple of things that I wanted to go through before I go any further with this particular project, because I've been concentrating so much on the Rock Your Journal and getting those videos done. So I've got a few uploaded now, ready for the next couple of days. But I did want to just do a bit of a catch up with the Compendium Journal. Oh God, I can't even speak. The Compendium Journal. All right, so let's get down to a little bit of nitty grit. So this was the vintagey looking one, and all I've done on this one so far is I've just put in some of the old leaflets that I showed you from the scrapbook stuff that my friend gave me that she was about to throw out, because I just felt that these colours and the design itself sort of lent themselves to a more vintage style. So I've just put those papers in there for the time being, and when I get chance I will add more to this one and start doing some work on it. But that one's kind of on the back burner a little bit, but you can see from the colours that I've gone with, the you know, the mustards and these mossy greens, I just think really blend themselves really well with the vintage look of the cover. So I'm going to put that one to one side. Now the purpley one, in fact, let me just take these bits out off to the side. Just bear with me. I think that the last live that I did, I was in the process of putting my pages together. I've done a little bit more to that, in that I've added some extra little bits and pieces to them. So I added my Tesco bag and the cards. I can't remember where we got up to, so I'll just do a really quick flip through. Oh, I can't even speak tonight. Yeah, I think I've done this bit because I said about that bit being stuck down as a pocket. So it doesn't hurt to have a bit of a recap, does it? So I've got some interesting, you know, these are the, what I call the interesting bits, the little extra bits, the little flippy flappy bits. To me, the interesting bits. But you can see I'm going down the purpley, greeny, lilac-y sort of colourway. And I just thought that doesn't that just look stunning against these purple pages? I just love that on there. Diary pages in there. I love this wisteria as well. Yeah, because I explained about that being from an old patchwork place when I went to one of the shows. But I'm actually quite pleased so far. And again, doesn't that go lovely with that pale green? I'm quite pleased with how it's looking. And this is it not even decorated up or anything yet. I'd be quite happy to just leave this as it is. I like it as it is. So there's all sorts of interesting bits and pieces in there to sort of tickle your fancy. I love these images too. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Now, I have to ask, for those of you that are watching right now, are any of you making the compendium? Just catch it up with a bit of... Julie's doing a sort of. Don't like my cover, and so you're starting it again. Okay, Jan's not doing it at the moment. You've still to start yours, Maureen. Tracy's doing it. Okay, the whole idea behind this journal is to make it into a storage area for ideas. Nikki, I'm making two, a larger one and a teeny one. I'm in the process of putting the pages together. Okay. You're combining with your February journal. All right. So yeah, so this is a journal that I want to store ideas in, but I want to use my junk in it to make the items that I'm going to put in here. So I got to thinking about my starting point. Joey's doing, I might try one. Just made a collage cover, so idea storage could be a good purpose. All right, it'll be good. So I found this coffee sleeve from many moons ago when I left the house now, but what made me giggle with it, it says on the front here, crafted by hand and heart. Well, that's got to go in there, hasn't it? All right there, Suzanne. Vroom vroom. So I'm actually going to stick the whole sleeve in because I ummed and ahed about this, and I don't know what you guys feel about it, but if I'm going to be making it a storage area for different ideas and I want to refer back to them, I want to do it in quite a logical order. But there's another part of me that's thinking I should just slot stuff in here, there and everywhere. So if you were doing this as a storage of ideas journal, would you just slot them in, or would you do it quite organised? Because I'm kind of thinking that, you know, one signature or half a signature could be allocated to doing tags. Another section could be allocated to doing pockets. Another section could be allocated to doing different techniques. So just as a for instance, I've used some paint chips here that I got sent over from America from some lovely ladies. So I've sort of said that that one was techniques. And it means I've got another card, you see, the same colour. So I could actually do a tab on the side, which then tallies up with this. And then I'm going to slot those in there. So then it goes with my purples. And then the, oh, you see, Sandy's organised. What's that? Julie, slot in, might depend what junk you have to use at the time. Ah, well, you'll see that in a minute. I would want it organised. Yeah, you see, I kind of want it organised because I'm just thinking that, you know, if I'm working on a tag in the future and I'm wanting some ideas, I don't want to be having to flip through the whole journal looking for tag ideas. You know, I want all my tag ideas together. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Joey. You see, is just keeping some real basic simple sections. So as I say, a whole signature could be on tags, or half a signature could, and then the next half of the signature could be on something else. So I think I'm going to go down the organised route, girls, sorry to say. So yeah, so as I was sorting through my little suitcase, which I showed on the Rocky Journal video, I came across these in there as well. So I thought I might add one of these on the front here as well to just jazz that up a bit. That one, could it be too big? Let's have a look. So these just peel off there. Because what I thought was I could stick that on there, because I don't want to cover over all that wording either, and then I could position it so that when I put these in there, come on, go in you go, then that set of flowers is actually preventing them from sliding further down the page. But I don't know whether that one's maybe a tad too big. Maybe a bit on that side. Whether it's worth going for the smaller one. Let's have a look at the smaller one. No, the smaller one's neither here nor there, is it? Mind you. Mind you, that looks quite nice on that side. I might do that. I might do the smaller one. So I don't want that sticky on there, which, oh, it's null and void anyway because they're not sticky. So if I put some glue on there and there, and then a little bit on the bottom, so it's a definite stopper. And then I'm not covering over that word heart too much. Those can slot in there. Push that down there so it's got in contact. Just gonna hold that in place a minute. Oh, you see, Maureen likes the big one. And I've gone for the small one. See if I put the other smaller one on. I could have that up there. Well, I don't know whether that's too much. I like things. I'm not one for overly heavily decorating, I have to say. I like things quite simple. Too much for me is that. See, Shan likes the big one. Okay, so as I say, I don't want this to be a long one. So that's going to be my very first page. I'm going to split them into sections and then we'll make it up as we go along. I wanted to quickly show you some of my rubbish that I have now sectioned off. So I've gone through my rubbish and I've put them into small sections so it makes it easier to find stuff. So this came with a takeaway, it had a drink in it. But this, I thought, wouldn't this be ideal if I took all these bits back? Then I've actually got a window section there, and I've also got this back bit to cut away, which is really nice card. And then I've got a tissue box, so that would make a really nice window section on a page as well. And then, as I say, I've sectioned all my pages and stuff. So this little section will be to do with booklets. So they are things that I can make booklets out of. So, you know, this sort of leaflet that's already a pre-made booklet. So that's my booklets section. And then this one will be some pockets section. So we've got the tea bag packets as well as the tea bags inside. This was a British Supplements. There was a crisp packet. I'm going to have a couple of those because I want to show you something with that one. These little makeup bags were from our local Tesco's. I've got some coffee filters, so those would make great pockets, and then I've got some paper bags. Now, just before I move on to the next section, one of the things that I've already tested out with the crisp packet, and this actually comes into play with some of the leaflets that you get in the post. They're quite shiny sometimes, and so you need to think about glues. I've already tried using alcohol inks on both the outside and the inside. Didn't work, or it didn't work very well, as you can see. So that was some alcohol inks on the outside, and then I also had a go at doing some on the inside, and if you do it on the inside it just wipes off, so they would need sealing, and I just thought that's too much faffing. But whilst I've got this packet that I'm just playing with to see what works on it, I thought I'd try glue. So I got a piece of paper, I stuck some on with Tombow, I stuck some on with Fabri-Tac, and I stuck some on with Collall. And as you can see, the Collall and the Fabri-Tac didn't work, but the Tombow, surprisingly, has adhered to the metallic-y type paper that is crisp packets. So that's always a good thing to test out as well, is what glues are going to work on your packaging. So any spare bits of junk that you've got, test out your glues to see what works and what doesn't. Right, I've also got, let me just change something on the computer, hang on, because it's giving me top chat and not live chat. There we go, that's better. So I've also got a pasta sauce packet which needs washing out, as does the crisp packet, so you need to make sure that they are nice and clean on the inside and that they've dried well. I've also got this vanilla Nescafe latte sachet, so I thought quite a few of those sort of lined up for long tags would be quite nice. Now, another thought for the crisp packets as well was I've got some really wide washi tape, because I thought, well, I can't use the washi tape on its own, but I could actually put the washi tape on what's called a substrate, of which this would be the substrate, so therefore the base of it that you're going to be using to create something. And I don't want that in my lovely lilac journal. I want this to be covered in something that's going to go with the other lilacs and greens. So that's why I wanted to test out the glues to see what I could cover this with. As I say, I could also use this really wide washi tape as well to make sure that that's then covered over, and then I know that this then is going to go in my journal and match with all the other colours that I'm actually using, so that it all blends together nicely. And I've also got the nice crinkle of the crisp packet. So it was all about looking at stuff and not just seeing it for what it was, but being able to take it to the level of something that's going to be practical and usable in my journal, but also that it doesn't look like junk. I want it to look pretty. I want it to look nice. I didn't want it to be a junk journal that looked like a load of junk, if that makes sense. So that was my pockets section of rubbish that I'd collected and sorted. Then in this one, these were leaflets and stuff that came in the post, of which I want to show you something special with these that you can do. I'm not going to show you today, but just to show you what I can do with that at another time. This was one from Talk, and it's still got the sticky dots on it so that it opens out. So this is my flips and flaps section. Right, so this will be something that I will stick in the journal, and I'll be able to fold it over, fold it over, fold it over again, so that it's a nice flip out section. The same with this one as well. This has got the flap on it here, and it folds out and folds out, so I'll be able to make some nice flip out sections utilising those. Got these Waitrose recipe cards that again I'll be able to use as flip outs and flip ups, so I'll be able to use those as well. So that's my flips and flaps collection there. I've also sorted out all of these, which are all the tags and things that come with, all the packaging, sorry, that I can use as tags and backgrounds and what have you. So this one with the holes in, I could attach some nice buttons on there. I've shown you these before where they've got these sectioned off, and I've actually got something specific in mind for these, but we'll come to that in a bit. But I wanted to show you the sections that I've actually created that I'm going to be working with, and then this section is all to do with envelopes. So some printed, some of these are just the flat bits that have been cut off, some brown envelopes, some white envelopes, and some book pages to make my own envelopes. But the whole idea for me is I want to use all of these things, but I want to make them so that they go into my lilac journal, and I want them to be items that I will then use as inspiration, so that I'll be able to refer to this journal, and if I want to do something on different techniques, then that will be in this first section. Then the next section will probably be tags, and so on and so forth, right the way throughout. So if ever I'm stuck for an idea, I've got some glue on my finger, that's why I'm messing with it. If ever I'm stuck for an idea, need a little bit of inspiration because I'm making a tag, I can go to that section, look it up, found it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So that's where I'm at the moment with it. I'm going to be doing more work on this over the weekend. I will probably do more recorded videos than live videos with this from here on in. Because I need to condense things down in terms of, you know, I don't want to be sat here inking stuff up and cutting stuff out. That's quite boring to watch. So I'll probably do recorded videos from here on in where I'll show you how to make specific items with the junk, making it look pretty, and then being able to put it in your journal to utilise as an idea. All right. So as I say, it was just going to be a short and sweet live today to just do a little bit of a catch up. And yeah, I'm not supposed to eat crisps. Oops. I had to eat them all just so as I can't eat them anymore. So it means I can't buy any more now. So Is there anything specific you want to ask me whilst you've got me here? Because otherwise I'm off ski. Off ski skowski. As I say, it was just a quick catch up to say, haven't forgotten you. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm contemplating doing. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'll have a slurp of my tea. Can't wait to pick your brain. What is it you want to pick my brain about, Dee? Well, that's the other reason I need to go, Julie. I haven't yet because I haven't needed to Sunday. Because as I say, what I've got in mind is for me to use my my actual really wide washi tape. So yeah, I don't think they taste quite so nice with gesso on. For what I've got in mind, for what I want to do with them, I don't need gesso on them at this time. But as I say, get yourself a bag of crisps and have a play with all those kind of different mediums. See what works for you. Your great ideas. Oh, I can't tell you all of them, Dee. Ooh. Thanks so much. Looking forward to the videos and just started the Rock Your Journal. Yay! So also looking forward to the rest of those. Oh, we're just about to go, Joyce. Not the dip of choice. No, it's not. To me, that would be like eating cottage cheese. Ugh. Can't stand cottage cheese. Mayonnaise for dipping your crisps in, Maureen. Now that is fat on fat. Okay, so no one seems to have any questions for me so far about this. Everyone seems to have been okay about doing their covers so far as well on group, which is really good. Facebook group. I'm going to say it on this live as well. I said it on the Rock Your Journal video the other day. A few people took heed. A few people decided not to take heed. And I do feel as though I keep repeating myself. So for those of you that have already heard it, bye if you want to go. If you want to join the Facebook group, you have to answer 3 questions. You have to scroll down the page to be able to answer the 3 questions. The reason why you answer the 3 questions, is I need to decide whether the person who is asking to join is a spammer or someone who is genuinely interested in joining the group. Because I feel the need to protect the members of the group. And I'm not just letting any old one in. So you do need to answer all 3. Answering 1 means you will not get accepted into the group. If you answer 2, you are not getting accepted into the group. Answer the 3 questions, and then it's me that makes the decision, no one else, as to whether you can join the group. All right, but you only get that chance if you've answered all 3 questions. If you are a person who has joined the group and you haven't been added yet, it's more than likely you haven't answered the 3 questions. I can't say it any clearer, can I? You've got to answer 3. You do get a second chance because Julie will send you a message on Messenger to remind you that you have to answer 3 questions if you want to join the Facebook group. The link to be able to join the Facebook group for the 3 questions is in the description box down below when this is on replay, or it's on the main home page of my YouTube channel, and there is the strip with the pretty flowers in it, and there's a Facebook button in the bottom right hand corner. So please make sure you answer the... Well, can I tell you, Jeanette, you would be surprised, wouldn't you, Julie? You would be surprised how many people don't answer 3 questions, even when the first bit says, please make sure you answer. If you can't be bothered to answer the 3 questions and you get 1 or 2 answered. Admittedly, though, a lot of people don't know that you have to scroll down the page to be able to get to all 3. But yes, please answer the 3 questions. Okay, as I say, short and sweet this evening, but I just did want to catch up with you. I'm repeating myself, I know, but thank you for joining, and I shall see thee all very soon. I'm hoping to... Ooh, knocking the joint apart. I'm hoping to have something on this over the weekend for you to actually start working on and getting some ideas from. So I'll see you all again very, very soon. Toodle pips, ta-ra, goodbye, arrivederci, ciao bella, bye, love you, bye, good night, God bless, bye.